How long this one?
Nice.
Do? Please.
Layer back? Nice.
It's like 7%.
It's so cute. Barely on here. You might be able to nail that in, but it's very. She's very cute.
Jelle! Grande pulul. O să duc. Здрасте.
That needs to get.
Please. The little hammer, please. Okay. That's a tight fit. Just like that.